Good evening. Amid the tensions and escalating war between India and Pakistan, what seems to be a bilateral confrontation, the foreign players have increasingly made their appearances, less as a mediator or neutral party, and more in the pretense of being saviors and liberators from war. Are they in disguise, trying to balance the global peace and power, or to alter them altogether? There's a chain of events and altering relationships to understand. But firstly, why are they interested? To begin with, both India and Pakistan are nuclear powers. Simply put, any one country choosing to use it also chooses to wipe off the opponent country and its people. Hence, a curse against humanity, especially around the fragile time in the world with Ukraine Russia war, Israel Hamas war, and military coups at play. India and Pakistan both lay in a strategic location sandwiching between major powers like Russia, China, countries of the Middle East. India, the third largest economy with largest demographic dividend, champion of military and strategic relations, heading multilateral institutions, strategic foreign policy like the Act East policy, surging ahead in technological advancements and cultural ties, has undoubtedly become a major power in the world. About Pakistan, with no single prime minister completing his tenure in 75 years of the country's history, military heads appearing in hoardings with slogan, whose economy could not run without foreign aid, and importantly, its continuing sponsoring and harboring of terrorist organizations. All this and more has put it in a meek state of existence as a democracy, leave behind regional power. Coming back to global powers like the US, it has been on the forefront against global terrorism since the 9/11 attack. However, with Trump coming in, it seemed that the US has returned back to its policy of isolation. On the other hand, China has been a competitor for India, especially in the economic front. East Asia is a crucial area for China to control for its increasing attempts for regional hegemony. Debt trap diplomacy, Belt and Road Initiative, redrawing of political maps, and more are tools that it uses. And Pakistan, here, is a bait, buffer, puppet in China's hands. Connecting all these dots, India clearly has proved to be the upper hand in the war. And with precision attacks, outstanding counter defense mechanisms, we had almost cornered the mouse, with Pakistan ready to surrender to Indian forces and sign a ceasefire, only to find Mr. Donald Trump posting a public statement before India or Pakistan could to claim the credit for brokering the ceasefire, not acknowledging the success India had to force Pakistan into accepting the ceasefire and that any other military or terror attack would be considered as an act of war. Trump says, and I quote, "I'm proud that the USA was able to help you arrive at this historic and heroic decision." And he further says that I will with you both to see if, after 1,000 years, a solution can be arrived at concerning Kashmir. I'm sure Mr. Trump was only excited about his heroic success after multiple failed attempts to do so in the other parts of the world, only to type out that public statement before even fact checking with his team. However, I also came across a statement by US Vice President JD Vance, who a couple of days ago says, and I quote again, "Fundamentally, none of our business. India has its gripes with Pakistan, and Pakistan has responded to India. Thereby, we understand that nobody is acknowledging Pahalgam attack and that we responded and retaliated against Pakistan terror sponsoring. Let's also note here that Pakistan has been using Chinese weaponry heavily against India, while India relies on majorly their indigenously developed weaponry. Coming back, we have seen that Pakistan last night broke the agreed ceasefire and continued its offense, sarcastically mocking America, but problematically disregarding India's warnings. This cycle of "yes, we are at ceasefire, no, we are not" by Pakistan has been going on since yesterday. And honestly, it's very hard to trust them too, with speculations of China being angered by Pakistan's outright embracing and thanking of America and disregarding China's role, which is also speculated to be the reason for the unstable behavior of Pakistan now. Therefore, we are at a fragile juncture where anything can happen anytime, quite literally. Many, like me, opine that we must not be patient anymore and get back POK, leaving Pakistan for its own fortune. But Indian government is very careful at intelligently managing the fragile situation, while our national interests and international image also is at a stake. All we can do now is wait for the future events to unfold. Thank you.